On February 14th, Nicholas Cruz opened fire at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, killing 17 people. The incident has since sparked a national conversation about gun control as students around the country protest in favor of stricter laws around guns. These protests include several at Somerville High School, where students walked out on February 28th and March 7th and plan to do so every week until legislation is passed. Today, I'm talking to Somerville residents to see how they feel about gun control and these student protests. Do you think that the U.S. needs stricter gun control laws?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. That would be a good idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And why?
Because it's pretty obvious from other countries that they would save lives.
Because things can go wrong much more wrong if people have an assault weapon rather than just a knife.
Because if you look at other countries around the world, the ones that have the strictest gun control have the fewest gun deaths.
School shootings is not something that should be happening at all, and random people being able to buy bump stocks and things like that is not something that should be happening at all. I mean, we have no reason for assault weapons in this country at all. For the regular person doesn't need an assault weapon.
They have to strictly control the guns. Guns shouldn't be on the street for kids to have it, for anyone to have gun. Why you need gun for? To kill other people.
Do you have any ideas what type of laws you think we need?
Well, I think that certainly there's no need for any of the more automatic style weapons to be available to the general public. General public is not a well-organized militia. Maybe
Restriction on assault weapons. I have no problem with rifles or pistols or anything like that. I mean, I don't have any of those, but I don't think that those are as dangerous or as able to do as much damage as an assault weapon.
I'd like to see a 3-month waiting period before somebody gets a gun, with very few exceptions. I'd like to see no, AR-15s or those kind of rifles except in the hands of the military or the police.
A lot of local students are doing walkouts and protests. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's awesome. I feel like if young people are going to go out and stand for something, I think they're making a difference. I think their voice should be heard too. Just because they're younger doesn't mean they're not people.
I think it's great.
I'm 100% supporting them.
I really am proud of them. And Cambridge, Orange and Latin, I just read they walked out too. I plan to be at the march on March 24th to support them. I hope that their activism stays strong and that they realize it's not going to be a short fight, it's going to be a long fight.
Love it. Activism from the roots up. Yeah, that's great.
And then what do you think people need to do going forward?
Keep the pressure up. I think that just like many other social changes, this can't last the way it is, so it just takes time.
Don't just let it go by and go back to the ways we used to ignore these things or get numb to them. It happened, it will happen again probably if nothing is done.
Make their voices heard.
The legislation, they should pass the law, that's what they should work on it. While they pass the law and they will put an application.
Ignore the NRA, pass common sense gun laws, realize that having a gun is not really the answer to anything. And I don't know, I wish people would look to Massachusetts for a way, because we have the lowest gun deaths in the nation and the strictest gun laws, and that just makes sense.
National walkouts are planned for March 14th and April 20th. In addition, on March 24th, March for Our Lives protests are planned for around the country. For Somerville Neighborhood News, this is Caitlin Bedian.